Dr. Mindy here, and on this video we're going to talk about what if you are too exhausted to intermittent fast. It's a really common question and I have a very simple answer. So if you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. I'm a woman on a mission to get the whole world learning how to fast because it is our way out of chronic disease. I think as you dive into my videos here on this channel, you'll see that there is so much healing that happens when we fast. And those of you that have amazing fasting stories, put them in the comments so that people can really learn from your experience because it's really transformative what fasting can do. So welcome, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.
Pioneer in the fasting
Do a long fast one day, your blood sugar going up and down. We're in it together. Okay, for starters, Fast Like a Girl is out and ready for pre-order. So I want to answer this question by pointing you to two areas in the book where I map out exhaustion, adrenal fatigue. I map out what if you get tired while you fast. I have many areas inside the book where I discuss fatigue and fasting. But what I want to do on this video is really address this question of, okay, so you're exhausted. I get it, I've been there. I had chronic fatigue syndrome 30 years ago. I know what that exhaustion feels like. And yet you look at all the people fasting around you that are like supercharged and they feel so amazing and you want that. But to get from where you are here to over to this place where you actually are supercharged on ketones can feel like a huge mountain to climb. So let me make it really simple for you. First, let's go into our cells. You have trillions of cells in your body. It is the mitochondria inside every single cell that spits out ATP. So different parts of our body have different amounts of mitochondria and produce different amounts of ATP. But at the core unit, you've got to have those mitochondria working well in order for ATP production to happen. Your mitochondria need three things, and I'm actually going to add a fourth. Let's talk about the first three. They need to make sure that your blood sugar is balanced. So if you're sitting over here and you're exhausted, let's start with your sugar burner system and get your blood sugar balanced. And you can do that by pulling all the refined carbohydrates out of your diet, pull all of the processed foods out of your diet and the bad oils, and start to get off of sugar. The second part of that I really want to add in is start to add in protein. Protein and fat are stabilizers for your blood sugar. So let's take the bad out and let's add the good in. And now we're giving the mitochondria the nutrition that it needs. Second thing that mitochondria need is they need toxins to go away. There are receptors on the outside of these little mitochondria inside your cells. So look at your beauty products, look at your cleaning products, look at, are you eating clean foods that are organic and free of antibiotics? Are you minimizing the toxic load coming in? So that's really powerful for getting enough energy to even be able to get you over into this ketone surging place that fasting can offer you. Okay, third thing, and I alluded to it in the nutrition, is that we've got to keep your good fats in order. So up your good fats. This is your olive oil, your avocado oil, some of your sesame seed oils, your olive oil if you don't heat it up, your MCT oil. Those are all really good fats that nourish the mitochondria so that they're able to give you energy. Now the last thing that those mitochondria need is to be able to get ketones coming in. So let me walk you through a scenario here. You're exhausted, you're too exhausted to fast. And so you're trying to figure out, how do you start fasting? Because every time you stop eating, you're like, I'm so exhausted, I can't even think straight. So let's clean up your diet and your toxic load with those recommendations I just made. Now, after you've done that, we want to start to take you from being this sugar burner, move you from sugar burner over into fat burner. So we want to get you over into this fat burning place where you're making ketones. Because once you start to make ketones, ketones go into those mitochondria and they supercharge the mitochondria, and the mitochondria start making more ATP than ever before. So in order to do that, we have to have this diet be clean, and then we have to start to take your eating window and compressing it into a smaller amount of time. And I've done a lot of talk on video on there, the whole book in Fast Like a Girl. I have so much in here on how you start to move from this place of insulin resistance and exhaustion and chronic disease. That's what the whole book is about, is how do we get you moving from that place where your health is not working for you to the place where your health is working for you. And so once we've cleaned the diet up, once we've started to compress that eating window, now we start to make that switch. Now we start to fast a little longer. You can start with fatigue. I highly recommend you start with like 9 hours of fasting. And then maybe a couple days later you go 10 hours of fasting. And then a couple days later you go 13 hours. Slowly compress that eating window until you're really at that first ledge, which is what we call intermittent fasting. And that's around 15 hours. I like that 15-hour mark. So when we're chronically fatigued, it's a dysfunction of the sugar burner system. And that dysfunction leads to those mitochondria not being able to produce energy for you. And when that system is dysfunctional, you're not able to make ketones. So you're missing all the necessary components for those mitochondria to work for you. So there's a lot of prep work that's going to be needed in order for you to start to get over into this fat burning place and make more ketones. I have all over this book. I have a whole prep before you go and do a fasting lifestyle. I have FAQs. I have a whole section, 2 sections actually, on adrenal fatigue. I have a whole section on chronic fatigue because I had chronic fatigue, so I know what it's like. I have in the back of this book, I put some of my favorite hacks and some of my favorite troubleshooting strategies, and chronic fatigue is one of them. I know chronic fatigue. I was there. I feel you. So what we want to be able to do, if you're in that place where you are like, I can't fast, but I want to fast, I want you to take baby steps, small little steps. And each step is moving you closer to mastering fasting, a fasting lifestyle, and getting that ketone production up. So don't go diving in, because when you go diving in to like a 17, 24-hour fast and you're exhausted, you're going to set yourself up for failure. How about we tiptoe in, where we're just doing a little bit? So start by cleaning the diet up, start by compressing the eating window, and just slowly tiptoe your way into a fasting lifestyle. And before you know it, those ketones will start to supercharge you and you will feel it. So I understand exhaustion. I know if you're too exhausted to fast right now, I want to encourage you to take the tiptoe approach. I want to encourage you to get the book. The book is out. Fast Like a Girl is out. So I want to encourage you to get that book. And I got to read you, we've had some really cool wins in the fasting world. So I'm going to start bringing them to you because I really want to empower you to take the things you're going to learn in Fast Like a Girl. When you get Fast Like a Girl, I want to encourage you to take the things you learn in Fast Like a Girl and apply it. I didn't just write this book to collect dust on your shelves. I wrote this book to change your life. I mean, we have a free Resetter group on Facebook. It's called the Resetter Collaborative. I'm going to read you some of the cool emails. I'll actually read you one that I love. This is one of my favorite that my team sent me this morning. It's from Karen Ramazani, and this is what she put. I finally busted through less than 200 pounds. I'm no longer shaped like a bowling ball. I started at a size 22 and I'm now a size 16. Her arthritis is gone, her sleep is better, she has more energy. That's what I'm trying to teach you here. She still has 50 pounds to go, but she broke through that 200 pound mark. So Karen, congratulations. And she put a little picture of herself on here. It looks like a little picture of her vacationing somewhere. So this is what fasting's about. It's about giving you a free tool that once you master it, it can help you accomplish anything your heart's desires with your health. So as always, I hope that helps. If you have a good story about energy, how fasting's helped your energy, please put it in the comments. And I can't wait for you all to get the book. It's out for pre-order. It's coming soon, very, very soon. We are getting so close to this getting in your hands. So let me know in the comments if you've pre-ordered it. The more pre-orders we get, by the way, the more it sends a message to Amazon. It sends a message to all the other bookstores that this is a book people want, and it helps us get this message, the good news of fasting, out to the world. So those of you that have pre-ordered, I just so greatly appreciate you. I am hoping that this book changes chronic disease for women. So grateful for you. And because chronic fatigue is so near and dear to my heart, I want to point out that I've done a lot of videos on it. So you can go over to the other videos and you can see the ones I've done on chronic fatigue. I've done a lot on adrenal fatigue, giving you protocols that you can follow.